Assalamu alaikum once again. Those who are just as lately they start their televisions. I hope you can watch it after 6 hours, because my program is every Friday 6 o'clock, and the Iman TV has a schedule for each speaker to review it or repeat it 3 times. For example, my program is today is 6 o'clock. Inshallah, you can see it 12 o'clock. And after 12 o'clock, again, another 6 hours is going to be maybe another 6 o'clock in the morning or something like that. So, however, my program is today about the human being, or we call it insan. Now, insan is an Arabic word, but the English is human being. Insan in Arabic meaning also that has another meaning. Insan has another meaning that they call them the forget something. That is cannot be visible, cannot be the mind always. And their mind is something is forgetting, and that kind of call it the insan forget. That's the name. Another meaning also uns, the uns also uns or insan. That is their ability has to absorb something, friendship, love, or those things. That is the only insan has it. But by the way, there was about the all information about the constructions of a human being. Now we are as a human being, we call it as insan. How we become insan? The name of the insan come out that when the Almighty God first was come, the name Bashar, announced Bashar. Then when the Adam, and after Adam, called insan. The progeny of, we are all the progeny of insan, and we are here just as a traveler, and we have a schedule, we have time for I don't know how many time, but we call it Umr. That is it depends of the depends of the each soul expiration to the each body. When the God change his engineering from the dust to the fluid or water, towards to the male and female, and that is also one of the major understanding we have to understand, we have to believe. And then when the mat or female and male get as a sense of uns, as a sense of the a sense of the stings, which is all life has it, all, even animals, even all lives, which is breathing, they have it, that is that stings, and also the sense, and then also those things. Through to those material, those things, the female and male get together. It also has a time too, because depends of the times, depends on the schedule of the because we have a part of celestial of by God through directly each human being when they're starting in the button of a female. That is the after 210 days, the one of the human being has to be a step down to the step onto the earth. But during such times, there is a lot of processes going on. First of all, after 40 days, one way of shape coming, and after 3 months another shape coming, under 6 months another shape coming. But I think is about 210 days or less. That is the one of the God sent a soul by one of the angels to the inside of the female, and that is the new human being will be prepared to or make to step on the earth. So that is depends of the again the one what kind of parents or what kind of the female, or of course we call it parents, or whether they were good or bad, or a strong believer or the right path or wrong path or whatever, also is have an effect. And that was the reason if the parents is much more on right path, the children definitely is or the generation would be best. If it is someone is kind of towards to the doing wrong things, and should not expect that the child would be good. This is one of the experience we already, I think all of you know about it, but also in Quran also is about this, is point out that is someone like the Zikriya alayhi salatu wasalam, and then Yahya, and then or those example is there a lot. Even Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, their father, their parents was the best, and Ismail alayhi salam from Ibrahim alayhi salam, and those all the generations from top will be good, and all the way will be good. If it's something, of course, on the way there we have an enemy that is Satan, and they are trying to make their friends. They want to make them friends. But however, we have to be very careful. We have to live on a way of what Allah is happy. What He already mentioned, all good things about our futures. But unfortunately, that is insan is the loser because of the too much give too much things in our mind Allah gave us, so we cannot use it, but we are jump on each other quickly. That's why the reason we are loser. The insan also one of the name is the loser. However, now I am today only my talk is about the general information about the to there's not as a meaning that is specifically for any of them, because each way of my word has a lot of need a lot of explanation. But today only I'm enough for to at least background of the knowledge of understanding of the insan, which who are we, and later or next week inshallah I will talk about the by documentary ways. It means by words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, either from the Tawrat or either from the book of Injils, mostly from the verse of Quran inshallah ta'ala. Because other than that it is be hard to understand, it is hard to explain, in that some things our mind is so busy for a lot of material things, and for the spirituality is hard to understand to what happened, what is for what way God will be happy, for what way is God not be happy, even though we are as a human being asked our most important things to to worship our Creator. He is our owner. He is the one, our maker. We have to entirely submit to Him, entirely worship Him, and remember Him always. But unfortunately, the one who is in the beginning, he was argued with Allah, and that is Iblis, and then he also made a contract with Allah that I am doing something to make you off from your side, make them off from your side. That is the promise already they have between Iblis and between devil, between God. Already that contract 8 way of contract is, and already I mentioned it on the last week the program about what was the contract, what kind of action the enemy does. Then God entirely mentioned that the Satan is your enemy. That is very, very obvious enemy. Be aware and do not make you fool. So stay with them with the way of my word, and obey me. But unfortunately, that is insan, in the part of the dirt. We are a loser. We are something, and we cannot tolerate all the wisdom, all the gift which God gave us. But we forgotten, and we are not following directly. That's why the enemy is target us quickly and makes us for some way to cheat us, and then make us with us to go to his place as Jahannam. However, I'm stop here my talking about today's about insan. Inshallah, next week we also, of course next week also would be around about the Farsi language, and then after that again I will talk about some more information through to the verse of Quran, inshallah, indirectly. And may Allah bless you for listening, and I hope that you will remember that this information would be benefit for you, and if you can transfer it to your children, to your community, to those people, which is this kind of a specialist. May Allah bless you, and I hope to see you next week.